Welcome, everyone, to the A2B1 Podcast. This is Brandon Joseph Joestar back from a small little break. I had my honeymoon with my wife. We are officially the Joestar family, so that's exciting news. But aside from that, we're not going to be discussing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure today, as you could probably assume from our kazoo intro. We are going to be discussing Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z today on the podcast, which Axel is lovely representing a Dragon Ball Z t-shirt with Piccolo. So why don't you elaborate on your choice there in attire?
I mean, it's from the Saiyan saga. It's Piccolo.
Cody, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good because I talk about Dragon Ball.
Aaron.
Pretty good. I'm ready to try.
Oh, he's ready to do something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm a little hoarse. This weekend's been a big one. Went on vacation with some friends. You guys don't care about that, though. You care about some anime. So, what do we want to discuss first? We're going to start with Z, start with Dragon Ball, do some weird stuff, a little bit of both.
I would like to start with Dragon Ball because I really like Dragon Ball.
All right, start with Dragon Ball.
I mean, it's easily, the hero's journey story, but I think it's done exceptionally well. I think that Toriyama, I think Dragon Ball is peak Toriyama's writing. It's done very, very well. There's little aspects of it, like the first tournament's very much like the Drunken Master movie. And then you can go to the next tournament, and it's
I think he's done a lot better than Z.
Karate Kid. Oh, I think it's a much better story than Z.
Yeah, the writing's definitely better.
After Dragon Ball.
Well, see, but that's the thing. I don't know that downhill's the right word. The writing you could argue with, but again, Dragon Ball Z is good for different reasons. That's the charm of both of the shows.
I mean, I love a lot of different things in Dragon Ball Z. Just Dragon Ball, I think, is just better at the story and how it's written and everything.
Yeah. Art would definitely be something Z's much better at.
Oh yeah, and dragging out fights. But
it's a power scaling anime.
That's appreciated.
And it did start it all. The whole definitely defined Shonen Jump for a long time. Even still now.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
He read a Superman comic and was like, I want to make this into an anime.
Jesus.
But give him a monkey tail.
Something I think that's very odd about the difference between Z and Ball is that it went from a mystical type of thing to a alien supernatural type of thing.
Definitely, because in Dragon Ball, Kami was God. He was.
Oh man.
He was literally God.
He was.
I mean, in the dub they say Guardian of Earth, but he was literally God because that's what Kami means. So Goku being able to get up to Kami's lookout was supposed to be him achieving godhood, similar to in the Journey of the West, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. And it did feel very mystical. And then, very first episode of Z, it's no, Kakarot, you're an alien.
Mm-hmm. You are a monkey from outer space.
Yeah, it definitely felt out of left field, to say the least. He definitely decided he wanted to do something completely different. It's almost like he wanted to write a different manga, but he wanted to attach the Dragon Ball name to it.
And, I know for a fact, at least in the anime, they hinted that Goku is an alien.
Did they?
Yes, because in the Muscle Tower arc, the Terminator-looking dude, he scanned Goku and it said alien.
Oh.
But I don't think that was in the manga.
Yeah, I don't think that was in the manga, because I never actually watched the anime. I mean, I did as a kid, but I read the manga. And I don't remember that being in the manga.
It's like if the Dragon Ball Z anime came out before, or the Dragon Ball anime came out before the Dragon Ball Z manga was written, and Toriyama sees that and he's just like, that's a good idea. Let's roll with it.
Let's do it.
Aaron, what does the Z stand for in Dragon Ball Z?
I have no idea.
Zenkai Boost.
I mean, I don't. I mean, it's just something I never thought to look up.
I'm pretty sure it does mean Zenkai.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does too.
And also Z is finality. Z is all. That's what's next. Z is also supposed to be finality. It was supposed to be the end, sort of.
And then they said, "Nah, man, Super."
No, they said, "No, man, GT."
Don't like GT.
Who is they? Who are those people?
Toei anime.
Another big difference between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is the killing people thing. Because in Dragon Ball, Goku killed a lot of people, but he doesn't like to kill people in Z.
He's only killed
a bunch of Red
Ribbon
Army.
I'm saying in Z, he only killed one or two.
He
killed Babidi's little henchmen in the
Yakon. He killed Yakon.
Oh, I thought that was
because Boo was reincarnated, so he didn't really die.
Well, I mean, he killed Boo, but he was reincarnated.
people are kind of like, it's always depends on the person whether you count that or not as him like killing somebody, but I don't know of anyone else other than that, because Cell killed himself.
No, Gohan killed Cell.
No, remember he came back and then he blew up the planet. No, that was beforehand. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Go on.
Cell never died whenever he blew himself up.
Yeah, you're right.
It was just weird that he was so willing to kill people in Dragon Ball. I'm like, man, I don't want to do it in Z. I'll murk all these red ribbon people.
We'll see on the young source of everything, Google. It says not including the Red Ribbon Army, but this is counting Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. It says Goku has killed 47 beings.
Yeah, I'm sure most of that is from Dragon Ball, because the only one from Z I can think of is, if you count Boo and the, what's his name?
Bobby. Yakon.
Yeah. One thing I think Ball does great is a villain with Demon King Piccolo.
Oh man, I absolutely love Demon King Piccolo.
God, in that case, Piccolo would be, the devil.
Yeah, he was absolutely projected that way too, and he was the first villain in like the Dragon Ball series that felt like he was the first one that felt similar to a Z villain. Like he had all that power. He could just use ki blasts like they were nothing. Yeah. He could fly. Like we had never seen a powerhouse like that yet, and you can tell that Piccolo was a big inspiration on all the further villains from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, it said that 47 is counting non-canon deaths.
Okay.
Movies and Dragon Ball GT.
Okay. And one thing, just story-wise, with Demon King Piccolo, I mean, he's responsible for the death of the main character, like. And Krillin.
Yeah.
And Master Roshi.
Krillin? Yes, he killed Master Roshi and Chaozu.
I forgot about Master Roshi. Right.
Yeah, well, he's responsible, but Master Roshi killed himself with the
Which that brings a very complicated question. And why did Goku not turn Super Saiyan the first time Krillin died? Why was it the second
Especially since later on they revealed the S-Cell thing and all that.
Right.
That's canon.
Yeah.
Like Goku lived a very happy life, so he would have had plenty of S-Cells. It doesn't make sense. The only thing you could say is he wasn't strong enough, but they've never said that strength was a
it's not a
determiner. Yeah,
that is weird.
So
Krillin dies a lot.
Well, he's the first time he died again, like when Tambourine killed him. Like Goku should have been in enough of a rage that he just went all out.
Yeah, I mean that definitely proves that Toriyama did not plan on it being this interstellar thing all the way back then. He wanted to be a mystical thing.
The Super Saiyan.
Yeah, instead Goku goes and gets the Ultra Divine Water, and then they imply that he got the same power he would get when he goes Great Ape.
Yeah.
That's what they imply, because once he drinks it and all that, there's like that yell from the Ozaru that comes out. And
another really good villain was, what was his name? The dude,
Mercenary Tao?
Yes. I loved him
I did like Mercenary Tao. Like, I mean, he was also one of the, he was the first, evil villain we saw in the series.
He was just messed up.
Yeah.
Talking about villains, a great question when you're talking about Dragon Ball is, ranking the villains of the arcs of Z. You have the Saiyans, you have Frieza, you have Cell,
Super Boo,
and you have Boo. I like to count Boo in all of his forms, even though they're different personalities. And my personal ranking as far as entertainment goes, I find it to be Frieza, the Saiyans, which is a bit of a hot take, but when you count all three of them combined, I think it's a great story. I think I like the clock that everyone's put on with the Saiyans. And then I have Cell, and I don't like Boo. Super Boo is a powerhouse, but just if you talk about character development, Boo's extremely one-dimensional.
I don't think so.
Well, no, I completely agree with Cody saying.
I guess explain
But if Demon King Piccolo's included, he is number one.
Explain to me.
I would put him at 2. I would put him below Frieza.
That's fair. I just really love Demon.
Oh yeah.
Explain why you say think he's one dimensional.
He's pure evil.
Unless
but
you
he's
count each personality as the one character, each personality is one dimensional. They do one thing. One is a child. One is pure destruction. Super Boo just eats people.
Yeah, and he literally has the knowledge of all those people, and that's his whole thing.
He's like a chameleon.
He's at that point, once he absorbs Gohan and stuff, he's more like Cell. He feels kind of like a knockoff of Cell a little bit. Once he's absorbed Gohan and Gotenks and all that.
See, but again, like they're talking about, Aaron, I think that goes to we discussed with Dragon Ball versus Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is such a widely loved and appreciated anime, and I think a lot of people will agree that the writing's better in Ball, but it's just about what entertains and, you know, ropes you in. And so it's one of those things where even if Frieza is, you know, arguably the best written of the major villains, you know, someone can enjoy Cell the most. That can be the one that they really enjoyed, or love Boo. You know, Boo's got a huge following, a huge fandom. You know,
he absolutely
that's how it
does.
is. And so that's why I say that, you know, I'm a big Boo fan myself. I love Cell. You know, I'm not even that big of a fan of Frieza, but I
was gonna say, what's your ranking then?
Probably that order: Boo, Cell, the Saiyans, and then
Frieza's your least?
Maybe. It's just Frieza has good writing, but again, Frieza's one of those characters who's written well in the sense that I'm just not. I don't care for Frieza. It's kind of like Game of Thrones with Cersei Lannister. I can admit that I hated Cersei Lannister. She's an amazing villain because of the way she's written, but she definitely wasn't even in my top 10 favorite characters. But I can attest to her writing being done amazingly, and that's kind of how I attribute Frieza. It's great writing, but I've never just been someone who's just been like, oh yeah, Frieza's cool. I want to get some Frieza merch and a Frieza t-shirt. I really enjoy Boo. Boo's always been the one. And
I mean, it's like definitely like people hate Majin Buu the most, but I love.
I don't know
Majin
about that.
I've heard of.
Oh no, I think people really like.
Yeah,
you're talking about Fat Boo,
Super
right?
Boo.
Yeah, Majin
A
Buu
lot
is
of
the
people
one.
love Fat Boo. It's Fat Boo.
Yeah. Because Super
Okay.
Boo is like, because that's the thing. Super Boo's like this incredibly busted form, but he's like probably the least. He's my favorite, and I know that's kind of cringe, but it's just the fact that Majin Buu is widely loved because of the character he
that's fair.
has.
Look at Fighters. I mean, they picked. Super Boo's not in Fighters, right?
No,
It's just
I don't think
Majin
so.
Buu Kid.
Majin Buu was if he might be in DLC, but Majin Buu was the one they picked. Like Fat Boo was the one they picked.
No,
for
Majin and Kid are the popular
I
ones.
really like the gray one.
And then
Oh,
Cell's
skinny, like
awesome.
super skinny Boo.
Yeah.
So that is Super Boo. It's just him,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's
Or
weird.
no, it's Kid Boo,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. It's Kid Boo.
just without some of the power, I guess.
Yeah.
Like with
Yeah.
So you know, when you're
That's hard
talking
to
about
explain,
Frieza, was Frieza supposed to be like drawn like this, like looking like a chick?
Yeah.
Like,
He
like
was
what was
supposed
the
like
point
he
of
was-
Androgynous.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, what was the point
You're not
of that?
supposed to be
Like,
able to tell.
Yeah, he just wanted a character like he didn't want just another guy character to be like the super strong villain, I guess, at first anyway.
Also, especially back then, it felt very alien.
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
I mean,
Like, which was your favorite Frieza sidekicks? Like the
Sidekicks?
like the
like the Ginyu Force,
what
the
those-
Doria, and
individual character.
Zarbon,
yeah, and all them.
Not
Queequeg.
Zarbon.
There's Queequeg, the
It
one
is
that
not
Vegeta
Zarbon.
killed immediately.
Yeah.
Well, that was the big one, right?
No, that's the Doria. Queequeg is the one that Vegeta just fought. Like they
It's
were
the-
rivals,
Oh,
and he like
yeah.
blows him up.
Oh yeah.
That's
We're
a
talking
really
about
cool
of
scene.
all the Ginyu Force, who's the best?
The Ginyu and
Anyone under Frieza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just one individual, like not
Yeah.
just okay. Raccoon.
Like,
Captain Ginyu.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I love Captain Ginyu. He's my favorite, and I wish, and I just felt like you could have had like a short mini series or like a short manga.
Explaining his history.
Explain his
One thing I
history
don't
with
get
his
is
body
he knows
style.
that Saiyans get strong. Like, I mean, yes, he could have just stole Frieza's
That's
body,
what I was about to say.
But he knows that Saiyans just get stronger and stronger. So why wouldn't he try to find the strongest Saiyan, take his body, and then go from
because
there?
obviously the body he has isn't that strong. Like
Well, I mean, it was strong, but it wasn't like.
It wasn't Goku
like-
strong.
Yeah,
I mean, he had a power level of like
how much stronger? I mean, Raccoon is the next strongest, right?
no.
No, it's
I thought it
Jace
was.
is the next strongest.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Is
sure.
he?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Because it goes in like the order you would kind of what you think is like Captain Ginyu, Jace, Bird, or Raccoon, Guldo.
I
Really?
love his
He's
power.
last.
Guldo?
Yeah.
His power is so good though.
Just happened.
Yeah, but his power level is so weak.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like-
He has to hold his breath.
Yeah, like he was weaker. Like I think he was as strong as like Dodoria or something like that. It's just he
Yeah.
had the ability to stop.
I mean, he could assassinate people
Yeah.
so easily.
But the most interesting about Captain Ginyu is there's no way that's his original body.
Oh,
So it would have
no.
been very cool to see like what he was and like all the different things he became.
Yeah, because I mean, is that like a race thing? Like, was his original race? Was that their thing? Is that they could change bodies? Like,
Right.
So he could technically just live forever.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as
is
he
he
was
still alive? Is he still a frog?
No, he's dead.
Is he?
Because he came back in Super, in the Resurrection F arc. He took over one of his subordinates or
that's
whatever.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then he gets killed by Vegeta. Vegeta just doesn't care, just kills him.
Yeah,
That's
that's right.
sad. I
I
love
forgot about
that.
Yeah. He was living on Earth as a frog, though. He had a frog woman and everything, at least
He
as far
did.
as the
I
non-canon
bet you he
goes.
had all kinds of kids. I bet you. That was the weirdest.
He was a
side-
Namekian frog, too.
That was the weirdest side stories when he like took Bulma's body.
Oh, yeah, no, like,
That was
in
so
any
trash.
rewatch, I just skipped through that. This is
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, it's bad.
You don't enjoy watching it at all?
No.
You know what's a filler episode that I like is the fake Namek.
Yeah, I can see that.
It makes it feel like a long journey. I don't know, just like a little side quest type thing.
Yeah.
I liked in Dragon Ball. Wasn't that the whole training with the milk and stuff a filler arc in Dragon Ball?
No.
No, that is the training.
One good thing about Dragon Ball is that almost none of it's filler. Like,
That's fair.
almost none of it's filler, and the filler that's there is really good.
Yeah, especially at the beginning. At the beginning, there's not much filler at all. Most of the filler comes after the actual story's wrapped up.
after it's over. It's with the Bancho fan and stuff again.
Yeah.
Like, all that's
Yeah.
filler, but everything else is filler. Like, the training with Kami, that was filler. With the lightning crown and all that.
Yeah.
But it's really, really good. It explains how Goku got so strong.
Fleshes it out.
And the episode where he goes back in time and meets young Master Roshi and Master Mutaito
Yeah, it's
is
so good.
fucking great.
It's so
Like,
good.
Their filler's at least entertaining.
Oh,
Very
it's more
much
than
so.
entertaining. Like, I enjoyed it immensely.
Some of them were some of the best parts of the anime. What I remember watching anyway.
So something.
What
that-
happened to Chi-Chi?
Yeah, no, like, it doesn't make any sense. She was literally a martial artist. Like, she practiced martial arts all her life. Her father was a martial artist who trained under Master Roshi.
Worship
And then-
Goku.
Yeah, worshipped Goku for being a martial artist and saving the world. Then, as soon as she has a kid, martial arts is fucking terrible. They're all dumb idiots that don't make any money, but her dad was rich, because I'm assuming
So
he was
rich.
strong.
Those hormones.
You know, yeah, it changes. Yeah, I mean, I'll say I've got people, IRL, and it could potentially have been writing from personal experience. I've got a friend who, in the city that she grew up in, she was like a star athlete. I mean, there's like she's got newspaper saved of her as like high school athlete of the week, multiple weeks in a row, had multiple awards, could have done anything in college as far as sports goes, but had a kid, and then after having that kid just settled down and has not really the same interests. So it says all the time she wished she would have done more, but I won't say she loathes it, but it was totally life-changing. And so it could be that maybe he knew someone in a similar situation where having a kid really changes your priorities, and maybe your desire to protect the kid makes you more opposed to things like violence and martial arts.
See, I think he just wanted a reason for Goku not to have trained over those years so he wouldn't be stronger than Raditz.
I think he just should have wrote it a bit better.
No, I can
that's
understand like her not wanting Gohan to be a fighter. That's fair, but to try to deprive Goku from being a fighter, which is what he is, that's
That makes no
dumb.
sense. That
She
makes no
respected him for that. She participated in the World Martial Arts Tournament.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand not wanting your son to get beat up and all that, and wanting him to be a scholar, something different. That's fine.
Well, part of it may be, too, because of she knows how Goku is and with his training and stuff, and because now that she does have a kid, she wants a family, and she feels like the more he fights, the more he trains, the more it takes away from that family unit. You can respect someone if they're, say, like, a businessman, and you're like, hey, that's really cool, you're a businessman, you make a great living, and blah, blah, blah. But when you get together, you have a kid, and you want the kid to be a priority, and this person, is working overtime, pulling 50, 60 hours a week, they're never home to see him. You want them to take a break, stop, and you might end up even loathing what they do, even if it was something you enjoyed at first.
So, yeah, he made Chi-Chi an awful wife and Goku an awful dad.
Goku is a bad dad.
Bad dad.
He
Look,
has
but he's-
moments
I was
where
gonna say
he's okay.
he's not I mean, he's not terrible, but he's not a good father.
I mean, when you
He's not-
compare Goku to Vegeta,
Hey,
I
there's
think
a-
Vegeta's a really good dad.
There's a reason Gohan dresses like Piccolo in most of the anime.
until he grows up completely, then
Yeah.
he's all about Goku,
Right?
which is odd.
I don't love you anymore, Piccolo.
I
Because
just had-
there was that whole thing when he became the Great Saiyan Man, like Piccolo was like, what the fuck are you wearing? And he's like, oh yeah, when I was a kid I always dressed up like Piccolo. He's just jealous. And I've got my own style.
Yeah.
I
So-
love Saiyan.
So, favorite outfit from Z?
Saiyan.
Great son.
Oh, for Gohan?
No, just
Just
period.
in general?
Which,
Oh,
Saiyan.
I love the Yardrat stuff, like that Goku
Oh.
wore. I really like that.
yeah. I'm very partial to Piccolo's.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Vegeta's bad, man.
Oh, that is iconic, alright. The pink shirt.
Yeah. I like the Yardrat armor though. I think
Yeah.
it looks neat.
I love the whole. I mean, this goes for Z and
No one likes Roshi's get up.
Oh, absolutely.
Man got
I mean, I love Master
I do
Roshi.
I had a
like
turtle
Chunky Chon. Chunky Chon.
Jackie Chun.
Chunky
Yeah.
Chon.
Yeah.
But, no, I was going to say, one thing I like about Ball, Z, and I mean, we're not going to talk about it today, but even a little bit of GT, is I love the great ape. Like, I love everything about it. I love how it's the moon. I love the way it looks. I love
Reverse evolution.
everything about it. Yes, reverse evolution. Yes.
I mean, I couldn't watch Dragon Ball for a long period of time because of reverse evolution.
Right.
Let's be fair though, like touching away from the grade A, but Aaron definitely likes Mr. Popo's outfit.
It
He wants to rock
very
that turban.
sexy. It is very sexy. So
Oh, I also like Goku's get up when he returns for the first time when he grows up for the last martial arts tournament.
Oh,
they have.
yeah.
That like turban.
he has the turban
and
on. They don't know who he is, but
Yeah.
he's tall.
Yeah. So here's a very good question. I mean, it's a staple when talking about Dragon Ball, especially Z. What is your favorite arc of Z? And I guess what's your favorite kind of like episode block of Dragon Ball?
Well, I mean, there's arcs in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel as
'Cause, I mean,
it feels
there's-
more blended than Z
Well,
does.
there's like the world tournaments.
Yeah.
Separate. Yeah.
That's why I call it blocks. But my favorite block from Dragon Ball would be the Baba.
Oh, the Baba tournament. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm very fond of that.
It has one of the best moments in Dragon Ball to me
Mhm.
because when Goku meets his granddad again, that's like one of the first times you see
Yeah,
Goku
that's what I love
cry.
about it.
Like, and it's
Yeah.
I mean it's a happy crying, but still it's like it's one of the first emotional moments you'll get out of
Mhm.
Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, it was really good.
And Z, even though it's not my favorite villain, I do love the Cell arc.
That's
Feels
fine.
I think the
Yeah.
Cell arc was really well done. I mean, it had its flaws, but I think it was like as
Well,
a whole,
it
was really
was a little
good.
weird because it was like, what are we doing? Like, there's the androids, and then all of a sudden here's
Very
Cell.
all over the
Yeah,
place.
you can definitely tell because what happened was like Toriyama kept designing characters, and the editor was like, "No, that's okay, but not quite right." Until he got to Cell, and then he was like, "Yeah, do this dude." So he
Yeah.
ended up including all of them.
And then
But-
base it off his boss.
Yeah, he always based every one of his villains off of his boss, which I
Right.
thought was great.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
My favorite Dragon Ball saga is easily the Demon King Piccolo
Well,
saga.
yeah,
Like,
I get that.
I think I'm with
I
Chuck.
just love Demon King Piccolo as a villain. Like, I think the fact that he can make little like lizard people, like tambourine, drum, and
the
cymbal.
false Namekians.
Yes,
his
Isn't
baby.
that what they're referred to? Or?
they're referred to as demons, but a lot of people now call them false Namekians.
Yeah, because I mean, it's retroactively, he's not a demon.
Yeah.
But that is one.
It's
thing.
also an assumption that people make that evil Namekians, that's what they make when they
that could be.
reproduce.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
there's
they
a
make the
diff-
weird
what would
lizard
make-
Wait,
what would
there's a
make his-
difference between evil Namekians and Namekians?
It's sort of like a speculation thing.
Yeah.
Like it's
Oh,
The
I
one thing
thought
about that is, I mean, he's able to make Piccolo Jr.
yes,
Baby.
Yeah, well, but that's a complete clone of himself.
Oh, that's fair.
Like he is completely like he's giving up all of his remaining life force to create
Yeah.
because he immediately explodes
Did
after he
he-
shoots out the egg.
Did he kill them old people?
No.
No.
Piccolo, like the first first person he kills is Goku.
Is it?
Yeah.
He was happy to do it.
Because
Well,
that's sort of like the showing that the new Piccolo Jr. wasn't as evil, and that's why it made sense that Goku spared him. He saw that he wasn't as evil as Demon King Piccolo.
I was
Because he
gonna say,
knew
that was
Demon King
that
Piccolo.
was a really big thing. How he was like started off like being evil and stuff, and then changed.
Yeah, and he wasn't even really like the first
He
time
never
you
did anything
yeah,
evil.
honestly,
That's
the
fair.
first time you see him, like one of the first times you see him when he's grown up, he does something good. He saves that kid from the clock that fucking gets
Yeah.
hit by lightning.
That's
Like-
fair. That's fair.
Yeah. He's spooky as hell, though.
Oh, in the yeah, when you first see him, yeah,
He's spookier than Demon King Piccolo.
yeah, I'll agree. I'll agree with
He
that.
seems very ominous.
What? I know you're a big Axel's a big Master Roshi fan. What's your favorite Master Roshi moment like that he had? Like,
When them nips grow. And
Oh, I'd say when
cocks grow.
I'd say when he dies the first time.
because mine is I think when he
Yeah, like it's hard because there's the first Kamehameha, which is
That's what I was about to say.
like,
That is
that's what it's between. It's between the
Yeah.
Mafuba, him dying from the Mafuba, because I think I'll give it to that actually,
Yeah.
because he makes Demon King Piccolo quiver in fear.
Yeah.
Like he's so confident, and he walks out and he shows him the jar, like the rice cooker, and Demon King Piccolo's literally sweating droplets and like so scared. And if he had somebody to close the lid, or
Yep.
because it was either closing the lid or he missed. No, he missed. Closing the lid was
Oh.
from Super, I think.
Yeah, you're right. I think.
But he
no,
missed.
it wasn't close enough from Super. Super, like, somebody, like,
No,
messed
we're not
that
going to
up.
talk about Super,
No,
because
I'm just
there was a
saying-
point where it was because of the lid.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
In
The lid.
The lid.
The lid.
But it's definitely the first Kamehameha way for me.
I think that's
Yeah,
very fair.
I think
Like,
that's one.
It is so good.
Which-
and then you see Goku just immediately
So,
do it.
Which
that-
go into
that's
the
one thing that I
card.
think's weird, because that's a transformation. Him getting all buff like that, that's a
It is.
transformation.
Is it the first transformation? No, well, I mean, of course.
Yes,
the,
it's definitely the first transformation.
Well,
Oh,
no.
no, the Great Eight.
yeah.
It
That's
makes
um,
me quiver in different
But why
ways.
didn't he teach that to
So
Krillin,
wait,
Yamcha?
wait, so any human could have that transformation.
I'm pretty
You
sure.
assume.
So any like
Oh, and then Master Roshi's immortality, that's a big
it's a
question
gray
mark.
area.
Because at one point he said he drank from the Fountain of Youth. Another point he said that he got tears or something like that, or feathers from a phoenix.
Well, that one is filler. The feathers.
That one's
filler.
completely filler?
Yeah.
Okay, so
There's
now...
two canon.
Yeah, so he drank the Fountain of Youth, and then in Super you find out he eats these leaves or whatever.
Because there's no filler in Super, right?
In Super, yeah, yeah, I
Technically.
guess technically, but man, some of it feels like it.
Yeah, I think going back to it because I never really spoke but it's generic. But my favorite Dragon Ball arc I think is gonna be the tournament, the martial arts tournament.
Which one?
I just love it. The
very first one with Jackie Chan?
Yes, yes.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think I like that one the second best. Like
The second best of two.
of three,
There's
Oh, is
three.
there three?
There's the
Okay,
last
you're
one.
right, you're right.
Yeah, I'm with Brandon.
there's the
on
last
that
one that actually feels like you can tell that's actually the introduction to Dragon Ball Z. I feel like.
That's the first episode of Z, I think.
Yeah, I agree because it like that's the first fight that feels like it's on the
because
level.
y'all know the manga originally, it never was called.
It just
wasn't called
continued.
Z. It was just called Dragon Ball throughout.
Yeah,
it all.
for a long
when
time.
the anime started coming out, was when they called it Z.
Yeah, and then they changed the
But
manga.
also,
to
what
be-
is your favorite arcs in Z?
I agree. I think that's Cell Saga because it's got the Android, like
Yeah,
it's
there's so
Android
much.
and Cell Saga. So both of it, I mean, it's just incredible. If you were to somehow, I don't know how you would have separated the two, but if you
It's
can,
hard to separate.
but-
I know
but
people
you
do,
can't.
but like it's.
Yeah, I
Tick
think you
tock.
have to include them in the what? You,
Well,
you got a hot take?
No,
What's that?
no. I was gonna say like my favorite in Z is like by far, and there's no question
When
that
they
it's the
learned how to
Majin,
drive.
like, Buu saga.
Or-
Yes, it is. I love it so much.
Which arc did they learn
Like,
how to drive?
and I know Axel here tells me all the time that it is trash.
the cell one.
Was that a filler episode
Yeah.
of the Cell Saga?
Yeah.
Because I was
This
gonna
is the only
say,
time those two
look
were
at
alive,
that.
they
Look
could
at
do it.
Piccolo's dripping there. That's an outfit we're sleeping on.
That is a fire outfit. That's Goku's clothing.
Yeah,
Post-
Chi gave him some.
Post boy. Does Goku ever wear that?
But no,
But
like, because I
continue.
know Cody and Axel both disagree with me saying the Buu arcs is trash. I think Cody said it.
I've never
I don't
said
say it's
that.
trash.
It's like I like every bit of DBZ.
Well,
Aaron.
I
I've
know.
never
Well, I
said
could
You
have.
said Saiyan's the worst, right?
Well, I
Axel?
could. Because I could have swore you
Oh.
said that.
Well,
Buu
I might
saga
have
was-
at one point, but I'll get to that later.
Okay.
Because I could have swore you said like that the Buu arc just felt like it could have been just left out.
Oh yeah, I definitely think I have always said that. I think the Buu arc, like I feel like the Cell ending
Was the best
is
ending
the best
you could ask
ending. Yeah, like I mean,
for. Like you can tell that Toriyama was kind of forced to go
Like,
back
I
into
don't-
the well.
Yeah, like I don't know what
I thought you said
What?
Frieza would have been a good ending.
Yeah, it
Frieza
would've been
would
a
be
good
the
ending.
good. The problem with the Frieza ending is Vegeta's storyline's
It's not
really
completed, but
completed.
with Cell Saga, it absolutely is.
Yeah. But yeah, those two could have been endings. Boo, just there's no. I don't see any real merit as far as like actual
I mean, I love.
plot development goes.
Well, I mean, Vegeta has a
But-
huge development in
Well,
that.
no one's saying that Majin Vegeta is not an amazing.
it's not
moment,
necessary
yeah,
for a
it's
character arc.
He
though.
grabs his kid,
He'd
cries,
already, but he'd
and
already
it's like-
turned good. Like he didn't need to turn back evil again.
Yeah, it honestly
I mean-
was redundant.
Like
Well, I just think it made Vegeta like.
Because
evolve
don't
as a
forget, if he
character.
hadn't been there, like I mean, he saved Gohan. He was the reason Gohan was able to beat Cell.
yeah, because in the manga, like it wasn't all the Z fighters started attacking Cell. It was just Vegeta,
Yeah.
That's fair.
and so that was like a big thing. It was like because Cell was so surprised. He looked back and he was like Vegeta, like he was so. There's a reason that Vegeta was the reason he was distracted. Like, well,
That's
that too.
Yeah, because I mean, Vegeta kind of normally wouldn't do that kind of underhanded thing.
That's not true. In the Cell, like if you watch the Frieza saga, he does a lot of.
Well, that's when
underhanded
he's
shit.
evil.
That's true. But I mean, like Raccoon and all them are just laying there unconscious, and he's like, "I'm killing these
Well, that's because he's on a mission.
And he also runs away a lot. Like, he tried to run away from Frieza like 4 times.
That's a staple in JoJo. It works.
Yeah, I guess he is kind of a piece of shit.
That's a good move.
Like, he talks all that big game, but then when shit gets real he's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Aaron likes the Boo saga because turning people into chocolate and eating them is his favorite way of defeating.
Well, I mean,
someone.
you said Boo's your favorite villain, right?
Yeah,
so, I mean,
yes, I love Boo.
You said Majin.
I mean, I even love Super Boo. I mean, I tell people all the time, I believe Super Boo could have been good. I just think he was more he was definitely evil and everything, but I just feel like he was very misunderstood as what he was.
I'm gonna wipe out the planet.
Yeah, he kind of killed half the planet.
Well, I think I understand what you're trying to get at.
Yeah,
maybe you're saying the fact that he ate good Boo, he should have had enough good in him to.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I just feel like things could have been written differently.
You're thinking of what he could have been, not what he
was.
Was
it canon that
probably not
that Kid Boo wouldn't have been affected by the spirit bomb because even though he was radical and wild and stuff, he was still technically pure.
Kid Boo was killed by the spirit bomb.
Was he? Oh, you're right.
And it doesn't matter if you have to be pure good. You have to be.
Okay, see, because that was the thing. I forgot that shit. That's I don't know.
But that's explained in the fight with Vegeta and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
because I remember
because he does say when Gohan's going to be hit with the spirit bomb, he's relieve all impure thoughts. Just think of nothing or whatever, and it'll bounce off of you. Just think good thoughts and be pure and all that.
Because that was
you already knew Gohan
that was some theory someone said.
He can ride the Nimbus.
Is they're since
I love the Nimbus.
Oh, that's a neat attire that Gohan wears when he's a kid. Piccolo gives him the outfit, Goku's outfit, but it has the Demon King symbol on it. I like that a lot.
Gohan always has the drip. Mystic Gohan's another really good outfit with the purple.
But don't get me started on Mystic Gohan.
Mystic Gohan doesn't wear the purple stuff.
Well,
which one is training for?
Or that's what it is.
You're talking about when he wears the Kai stuff?
Yeah, with the earrings.
Yeah.
And
that's really cool.
That's some drip.
I do like that.
Why? Because when he gets Mystic, I mean he should never go Super Saiyan after that.
Yeah.
But then, we're not talking about Super right now. But
he's lost Mystic.
Really?
Apparently.
Why should he have not went in? Because I guess I'm confused about that.
Ultimate, it is a transformation, but it's literally when he goes into that, he's at his peak. Yeah. No other transformation will matter. He's at his peak. It's as if he was doing Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2,
Saiyan God.
But it's even stronger than that. It's like him going Super Saiyan 2, but with another bonus.
It's like him going. What's the thing in Super? The Mystic, not Mystic.
Ultra Instinct.
Ultra Instinct. That's what it is. It's Gohan's Ultra Instinct. He's just not very. They did him dirty though. DBZ did him dirty with the writing.
That's my biggest problem with the Boo arc. They ruined Gohan.
Yeah.
They absolutely do. Because. He comes back as Ultimate Gohan, Mystic Gohan, whatever you want to call him.
He's arrogant.
Yeah, so you're excited because he's like, I'm going to kill you, because he knew he was stronger than Boo, and he slaps him around, and then he drops the ball, completely. And then he ends up getting absorbed. I would have loved to have seen him and Goku's fusion, though.
Oh, yeah, we never get to see
because he would have had the ultimate form. I don't know, that would have been interesting.
Even watching it today, I always hope, somehow the episode
it would change,
It shifts. Please surprise me. Let this be a fan edit. No, I feel that. That's the thing. That's the disappointing thing about a certain anime is that when you're an anime that's chock full of filler, you would wish that they could somehow incorporate some of those cool visuals that
now there's Heroes.
Heroes will do that. Heroes does do that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They're Super Saiyan 4 Broly. They're Super Saiyan 4 anybody.
Is there Super Saiyan 3000 Goku?
They're Super Saiyan 3.
You Google.
No, there's not none of that.
You Google image it when you're a kid, and it's just hair the size of the Sears Tower.
Yeah, there were some weird fan drawings.
People were just, oh!
I believe it. I remember Super Saiyan 17. I remember seeing it go that high, and it's just weird colors.
It was just more hair, more monkey.
Oh, one thing I liked in Ball and thing that changes in Ball and Z is fucking the Indians.
Oh,
that's Super Saiyan 10 Goku, apparently.
I sure wish you guys at home could see this.
Oh, I wish so too. I'll just make that the thumbnail for the
please
video.
Don't.
Just this.
Please don't.
But
I was going to start to talk about like which arc was my favorite in Z,
right,
and now this has changed a lot. Like at one point it was the Boo arc, at another point it was Cell, and now it's actually the Saiyan arc. Like,
well, that has changed so much.
It's very drastic change.
Well, I rewatched Dragon Ball Z recently, and I had the most enjoyment through the Saiyan saga. Like, as Cody said earlier, there was that. There was the clock was ticking. They had to, get the training done and everything, and it was very interesting to see Goku meet like King Kai and learn the Kaioken, and the beam struggle between Goku and Vegeta is immensely iconic. Like,
I mean, it's definitely the arc that got people hooked.
Definitely, yeah.
On Z. I don't know that, even though I think a lot of arcs are better, I don't know if any arc would have made it as popular right away than that arc.
Oh, I agree. Because, like, imagine someone starting at the Frieza saga. Like, I feel like they would have been...
This is boring.
Yeah.
47 episodes. Now, do you think, though, that there's a chance that... Because you said you just rewatch, you're older now, that... You feel like it's your favorite saga now because of the nostalgic value that you have, because it is such a great introduction to everything that now that you're an adult you go back and you're just like, man, this hits.
Well,
this reminds me of what really got me into the show, and I think I like that the most.
That's probably part of it. Like, I definitely did feel that way. What were you going to say, Cody?
Well, it's just, it never was his favorite. Not even when he was a kid, so...
I've
got him hooked in, and that could be, I don't know if nostalgia would be the right word.
That's not really what got me hooked in, because I didn't start Dragon Ball Z in order.
Yeah,
I started with the Boo saga, everybody.
Oh, boy.
I watched Gohan go to high school.
Oh, Lord.
He's like, this kid's cool, he's in school like me. I'm in elementary school.
And that's why the Boo saga held such a big place in my heart, because of... Just that was the first saga I'd watched. And also, Majin Vegeta was amazing. Even though I didn't really understand just everything that was going on at the time.
You wouldn't have understood much at all.
Yeah, but I thought Majin Vegeta was amazing. Amazing. All the fusions were really cool in Boo Saga. That's one thing I liked about the Boo Saga was the fusions.
Yeah. Aaron was an 8-year-old who took a Sharpie and drew an M on his head. And he's like, I'm fucking cool, guys.
No, I never did that.
I don't believe that.
I wasn't really allowed to watch Dragon Ball for a long period of time because of the whole reverse evolution and stuff.
Oh, see, we
so
live in the Bible Belt, y'all. So we're the kind who Harry Potter, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that stuff was demonic.
No, I could watch Pokemon.
I mean, to be fair, Pokemon is the devil's work.
It really is. PETA will tell you. They'll simulate it for you if you want.
Yeah, they will.
Australia's trying to get it banned.
Yeah.
Are they really?
But either way, now that you're an adult, you want the M tattoo on your forehead. You've expressed that.
That would be cringy.
Well, that's going to be my next tattoo.
Okay, then. Good luck getting a job. But anyways...
He's like, I need this podcast to work out so bad. I've committed to this. I'm spending money.
Who is your favorite non-villain character?
Non-villain character?
Now, this including anybody who turns good.
Future Trunks.
That's a good one.
I don't like that Trunks stuff. I've never was a fan.
I don't like that Trunks stuff.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Terminator, so even though it's a rip-off of Terminator, essentially.
I think the Trunks special, like the canon special that they made, is amazing. It tells that whole story. Oh, it's also really well animated.
I was just literally never really a big fan about it. I just watched it and I was like, oh.
Is anyone going to say their favorite character, but it be influenced by things we haven't talked about? Because I know a lot of people whose favorite Dragon Ball character has changed to Android.
Did you say Dragon Ball or
Yeah.
Because of Super.
Yeah, so I'm saying like based on Dragon Ball.
Fair, because
17 has moved up on my list a lot.
Because my favorite character is Frieza, and it is because of Super.
Yeah.
So if I excluded that, I mean it's Vegeta.
Oh yeah, mine's Vegeta also.
Mine is
he just has so many great moments. The final flash.
Do you like the weirdest people?
Who do you like?
I say Krillin or Master
Roshi. That's hard. Actually,
I thought you like Master Roshi, man.
Yeah, I forgot
Master
about that.
Roshi.
Well, I was thinking of just Z because Master Roshi's not in Z. He's not really a character. He comes, in Super. That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
But
Z, he's in there for what, maybe 4 episodes?
Yeah, he's just sitting in his house drinking beer all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not counting Master Roshi as a Z character for this.
What if
what if you did your favorite from both? Like Dragon Ball, if you had your established character that was in there, because you might have loved Kid Goku, you know, in
if
Ball,
we're just
and
talking
then
about
not
Dragon Ball, there's a lot of people who probably love TN.
Yes, I love that. That's what I was gonna say.
TN's way up there.
That's what I'm saying, because if I'm counting Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z together, it changes it. But if we're separating the two and saying favorite non-villain from Dragon Ball and then from Z,
TN was extremely busted in Dragon
Oh
Ball.
yeah, I mean he could fly. Like he was the first person who could fly.
Yeah,
What is he an alien? What is
alien
he?
descent.
Yeah, he's a descendant of the three-eyed alien people.
Does that ever really come off?
But
that
he's
much?
technically he's way more human than he is that.
Yeah.
It's like a recessive trait that he inherited.
Yeah.
because he's considered,
human.
because that's why when people talk about the strongest humans in DBZ, he's always in the discussion because it's like that's his class, I guess.
But now, I mean, with Super now,
He dropped
there's no
off in Z.
competition.
Oh yeah, no, Master Roshi fucking slaps them all.
Master Roshi
Yeah.
is always god tier.
Like-
Aaron's like, yeah, Majin
and-
Buu, man.
No, in Super, I mean, he literally beats Tien in a fight. Like,
And he keeps up with Goku.
yeah, and Goku's surprised like by how strong he's gotten. Like,
Because I'm for
and he
some
also
reason,
he does the
Well-
best in the tournament.
Well, we're talking about Super. That's for a different day.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, Vegeta would definitely be mine if we aren't counting Super.
Oh yeah, Vegeta has just so many great moments. Like,
He does.
Character
and he's got
development.
he's got probably the best character development. Well, him and Piccolo. Piccolo's got really good
Yeah.
character.
And as far as Dragon Ball, it would be, it would definitely be Kid Goku for me.
Yeah, like I think I would like even
you
with
would
Master
pick
Roshi,
Kid Goku over Master Roshi.
like
Yeah.
Kid Goku to like grown Goku, like just Goku and Dragon Ball in general.
Yeah.
Like
And it's funny, too, because I hate Goku and Z.
it's because it's like he became a worse character after Dragon Ball. Like he became sort of like dumber and I don't know, like
because
and dumber and not smarter.
because Goku and Ball's not dumb, he's just naive and uneducated.
Well, and he's not even uneducated. Like he would learn like math and stuff from Master Roshi. Like he's not just super dumb either.
Yeah, you learned about men and women.
He learned to read at least. May have been a porn mag, but he learned to read.
I was waiting for Aaron to say his favorite character.
He tapped her on that
Hercule.
vagina.
Hercule?
Yeah, Mr.
Oh, I forgot
Mr.
about
Saiyan,
Hercule.
that's what
I
I'm saying.
love Mr. Satan.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you if you guys even knew. I mean, honestly, just from the few podcasts we've had, I think you know enough about Aaron that if there's any anime on this earth that he's seen, you can probably guess his favorite character in 3 guesses. They have to be the most off the wall character who's still somewhat a major character of the story, and they just have to look like something Aaron can be like, I like that guy.
Mr. Satan.
Those are the only 3 criteria. I'm telling you.
I love Mr. Satan.
I 100% believe you.
I mean, I like Mr. Satan quite a bit.
I think he's a good
I like him as
character.
a comedic relief character because,
Yeah.
like, I like that he took credit for killing Cell and there's like that whole little movie and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I think all that's good.
He's a good guy, though, for giving away the money. They gave Goku the money.
Oh, and Super, yeah.
Yeah.
He also keeps Boo under wraps.
Well, it's just his best friend.
Yeah.
But,
And that's another thing. Mr. Satan made Boo good. Like,
He did. He
you know, you
did.
can't
Aaron's like,
argue.
those
with
are
Oh,
my
when
2
they killed
favorite.
that dog.
B.
Yeah, when they killed B, man.
yeah. Oob, I think, is the worst idea.
Oh, Oob is terrible, and I know this is bringing up Super again, but the fact that they're trying to make him relevant in Super just doesn't make any sense.
No.
Like, he's nowhere close to the power of anybody now. Like, he would mean nothing.
No, he would mean absolutely nothing. Oh, me. Yeah.
But,
I do suppose, like, I mean, I guess it's Super NZ, but the first movie with Beerus. Like, do we want to talk about that? Super or Z? Because it was a Z movie.
Yeah, it's a Z. They're technically Beerus and Resurrection F are Z movies. So,
But, you know, there's also the Super version, which is in the anime.
but I think that both of those series can be talked about separately because there's a big difference between the movies and
That's
the
true.
TV
So
show.
we can talk
So,
about the movies.
yeah.
I very much enjoyed Battle of Gods, but Resurrection F I thought was just
Resurrection
bad.
F's bad.
Didn't
Like-
Goku get killed by a laser
He
gun?
did.
Yeah, and
Yep.
just it makes no sense. Like, it makes no sense. Like,
That's your favorite character, Cody. You like Frieza. If you like, yeah, I said that's your favorite character, Cody. You love
Because of Super.
Frieza.
Yeah,
It's-
not
You're
Resurrection.
like, this is part of Z
I
here.
mean, did you not like his transformation?
Golden.
The gold Frieza?
I like that it was golden, and I like that it was the first time he ever had to actually train. Like everything else was just natural to him.
Yeah.
All of his other transformation was waste weight, make him weaker because he was too strong. Yes.
Yeah, so he was too strong and he couldn't control his own power, so that helped him control it.
Oh, that's interesting. I forgot about that.
So I thought that was very interesting. I also liked that it was gold because it was like, a fucking duality with the...
he literally picked the color of the thing that defeated him.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
can change his color.
Oh, can he?
He can manipulate his form any way he wants.
Yeah, he
didn't know.
Except for his original base form, he can't do anything with it.
I love...
But it's weird because he could just make another form that's literally that, but...
Which is your favorite of his, other evolutions?
Mine's a second form because it's a shout out to his father. Like he looks like King Cold.
King Cold's
I like the one with
like
the big
King Cold a
head.
lot.
Oh, the alien one?
Yeah.
Is King Cold weaker? He's weaker than Frieza, right?
No.
Then why is he so scared of him?
Well,
What about Cooler?
it's weird because at one point they tried to make him seem like he's a little stronger, and at another point they tried to make him seem weaker.
Because he's always
I'm
scared
pretty
of
sure.
Frieza.
I'm pretty sure he's not really scared of Frieza.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I thought
Like he's always just like, oh, my son, and he smiles and stuff.
Oh,
I would say I'd say he's a little weaker, but
Yeah,
not
'cause
not by much.
Don't they call Frieza multiple times the drugs being in the universe?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean,
Well,
Vegeta calls him
King
that.
Cold is retired, so maybe that's the whole part of the
That
point.
could be it.
Because he retires whenever right before the Saiyan planet gets destroyed, and then becomes a Frieza.
Cooler's canon, isn't he?
No,
He's not canon?
None of those movies are canon.
no. Vegeta does have a brother though,
Yes.
Tarble.
We just haven't. Yeah, we have seen him.
in a special that's not technically canon.
I thought it was
So
No,
how do we know he has a brother?
because of
Vegeta mentions his brother for one in Battle of Gods. He's
Oh,
like, I have a
okay.
brother, but I don't know where he is.
and he mentions him in. Well, I mean, that alone is enough of a point. But he also mentioned him in the Broly movie.
So was he off-world when Frieza just
Yeah,
tried to
He's a disgrace to Vegeta's family, so he was sent to a deserted planet.
Was that canon? I thought that was part of the special.
That is part of the
'Cause in
special,
the-
but I think that's a good enough. Like, I'm pretty sure Toriyama. Well, I think Toriyama said that whatever about Tarble in that special
Is canon.
is canon. I think that's what he
because
said.
in
Those
the
two
Broly,
villains aren't canon, but
Because in the
like,
Broly movie, I'm pretty sure Kid Vegeta just says he's really weak.
yeah,
Because that's why they don't go try and find
yeah, because
him.
he's like he wouldn't help us at all.
Yeah, that's why they just stick with the three Raditz.
So with the Battle of Gods movie, there's the whole. Some people love like red God form, and some people don't. And I like it as like the way it looks and stuff, but I don't. I agree. I don't like the way he gets the power. From
Oh, how
the
it's
Saiyan.
not his own power.
Because like even Goku has a problem with it. He's
Yeah,
like,
it's silly. And that's why they fixed it later on.
Yeah, that was weird because I know Goku was never really about that.
Another thing that's odd is why didn't Goku and Vegeta immediately because Vegeta knew how strong Beerus was.
Yeah.
Like why didn't they try to fuse? I know that they don't really like to do it, but
I was
against
gonna say,
a threat like that, I think Vegeta would have been
Yeah.
one of. I think he would have been the one to suggest it even.
And he did with Broly.
Yeah.
What you were saying?
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna bring up Vegeta with the movies, and I know we're not talking about him in Super, but that's another thing about his character that I like a lot is that how we talk about he's got great character development just like Piccolo, but he's one of those characters who, as old as Dragon Ball Z is, including its newest iteration with Super, it feels like even if it's incrementally, he's still evolving as a character. There's still things that he's growing up on, or he's learning, or he's acknowledging about himself, his surroundings, and certain things when it comes to fights. And that's one of the things I think I like about him is, just like that with, the Broly movie, regardless of the timeline of the movies and where they would actually sit in the universe, chronologically as we watch them and stuff, you see him go through a lot of different growth. And I think that's one of the cool things about him as a character.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
tell you,
He
one of them,
definitely has the greatest character arc.
Oh yeah, because there's moments like in the Fusion Reborn movie where he's going back to hell or whatever. There's that little moment between him and Goku. That's pretty interesting moment.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of times now that he's kind of established himself where he is as far as a character, you don't see it nearly the same. But he was a much more gradual character development than other people's. But it's still the fact that you have those notes that are in there of things where he might like I said, he could sit here and maybe just whenever it's playing his thoughts, in an episode, he talks about how, oh, this person's much stronger, I can't, blah, blah. It's little acknowledgments that are things he never would have done before, or something that even after he gets to a point where he's good, and he's with Bulma and he's doing everything, and you think, oh, this is kind of where he's settled as a character. He'll still surprise you with some of his actions.
Even just from the Saiyan saga to the Frieza saga, he changes immensely. Like, he goes from like, oh, he'll just kill whoever he wants, kind of thing, to the point where he's like, he's willing to agree to never harm Krillin and all their friends as long as they make him immortal. And I think he would probably stay true to that.
He would have stayed true to
And there was that point where Dende refused to heal him, and he was pissed about that.
But he still
after Dende heals him, he didn't kill him. He hit him and stuff like that. But normally he would have killed that person.
Oh,
He'd been like, "Oh, you pissed me off." Like,
definitely.
I thought he said, like, in that instance, I thought he said something about you might be, like you could heal me again.
no, he never said that.
Oh, I can't remember.
He saw. I think he said something like, "I'll deal with you later," but he.
Did he need him to translate to Dragon Balls at that point?
Dragon Balls were gone.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because they already wished Piccolo on Namek and everything.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and I mean, when he was on Earth, he could have fucking.
Oh yeah, Goku.
nuts.
Like Goku was the only one that instead he sat there and waited for Goku because he wanted to learn Super Saiyan. That's what it was.
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Like he was like, I want Kakarot to come here and teach me how to be a Super Saiyan. Like,
Teach me.
I wish Krillin would be like, get a wish, and like before he got hair, wish that he could have the ability to become Super Saiyan and just see what happens to someone who doesn't have hair. That's what I want to see in any fan thing. If you're an artist, like it.
I was gonna say they do that with Nappa. His mustache just becomes gold.
but Krillin has nothing. Well, he
would just have a gold.
his
No,
pubes. His pubes.
The interesting part would be Super
bottom of his
Saiyan
pants.
3. The interesting part would be Super Saiyan 3. Like, at that point, does he grow hair and does it look just like normal Super Saiyan? But anyway.
he goes Super Saiyan 1 and he's like, did it work?
Can we
Did it work?
agree
Pulls up his
that
pants.
Super Saiyan 3 is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean...
Shaboo. Sonic
why
the
do you say
Hedgehog.
The transformation sequence I thought was good.
Oh, the whole, like, teaching Boo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was good.
how it
but then the
looks.
result is like, oh, my forehead got fucking bigger and now I have just fucking locks
Yeah,
for
What
days.
if he did the Sonic roll? He just turned into a ball and that was an attack.
Did they ever explain why Vegeta never goes Super Saiyan 3?
They
Maybe
they try to say that Goku was only able to learn it because he was dead, because he had a dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there's the initial transformation takes so much stress on the body that you have to have your undead, like, more resilient body.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Apparently, like, that's what they tried to say anyway.
And that would be the only thing that would make sense.
Maybe he was just like, I don't like Super Saiyan 3. I don't want anybody else to have it.
I love the terminology too they actually use. He said that's what they tried to say. He's like, I won't let them get away with that shit. But they tried to convince me.
Well, Dragon Ball Z tries to say a lot of things.
They do.
Toriyama's very good at retroactively trying to make things make sense.
Speaking of Toriyama, one of the greatest things he did, and this is going back to Dragon Ball, was making capsules. Like, that is so convenient. Like, it was literally, they're going on this long journey. Why don't they have food, a tent, whatever? It's like, well, they're carrying around in capsules. Like, they could literally have anything they needed.
Toriyama's very good at, like, making his
Job
life
easier.
Yeah, you know where he got that from? He got that from Pokemon.
And that's another thing with the Dragon
Ball. No, I mean, Dragon Ball came first. Dragon Ball Z came first before Pokemon. It was in the 80s, wasn't it?
Oh, Dragon Ball's from the 70s.
Not Dragon Ball Z. Capsules. Oh,
Capsules was from Dragon Ball.
Yeah, you're right.
Literally
Dragon
from
Ball.
What if Pokemon got it from Dragon Ball Z?
I suppose I could be sick.
And that's one thing to talk about is the Dragon Ball world. It's like this mesh of like high tech society. There's Western places, farmers,
Spiritual.
fucking
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's very weird.
like
He's all
animal
over the place.
people. There's a Dogman president,
He's
like
all over the place.
Goku eats a dinosaur.
He eats it on multiple occasions.
and giant fish. There's like a lot of giant
A lot
fish.
of giant fish.
And then there's those weird what's his name? Girin from the first tournament. Like he's like this weird mesh of dinosaur and
Oh, yeah.
human, I guess.
The
like he can
pterodactyl
talk.
man?
Yeah, he can talk.
Hey, he
so-
was cool.
Yeah.
He was real cool.
Because it made sense. Like, oh, Goku's first opponent. It literally has to be a monster to like show how strong he is. Like, I thought that was
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that was really good.
Ranfan was the worst.
Oh,
Like,
man.
well, it would have been better if she was actually paired with Master Roshi in that tournament,
Mhm.
and then actually showed Master Roshi like get over that or something for the sake of his students. But
So if you could change one thing in Z or Dragon Ball, what would it be? Like, if you could change one plot point, mine would be seeing Mystic Gohan fuse with Goku.
Oh, that's a.
See, my thing is, I just wanted Gohan to. I wanted Gohan to take, and that's a huge one. But I wanted him to take the helm and be the new face of the series.
So you want
that would have made sense.
So you want to change like the whole Busan?
Yeah. Because that's my thing. Because I loved Gohan. I was hoping that would be the case, and that's what really sucks. And that's the reason I say I really like Trunks, because easily, if that would have happened, I would have liked Gohan. I think easily, depending on how well it was written, the most. And even though Goku's not really, I would say, even in my top 5 favorite characters, I don't hate him, but I feel like a Gohan main character would have been awesome. I mean, I would have loved that. That's the one thing I've always
they did try to make him feel like the main character at the first of the Buu saga, with him going to school and trying to get the power. I mean, I'm saying that they tried.
Oh, they tried, but they used bad Gohan.
Yeah.
For me,
I like that little bit though, where he's going to school, but that's just. I love the baseball scene where he's actually really good. Like they're like, holy shit!
Why is there so much baseball in Dragon Ball?
Axel likes Slice of Life.
I know, but it's.
That's true too. I like Slice of Life stuff.
You can tell he likes Slice of Life.
He does.
He's like, shoot.
What's your choose?
I like him sitting there like jiggling his leg and causing earthquakes.
For me, I would change and make the Cell arc an entire Cell arc instead of the Android Cell.
Oh, so you would have made just Cell be the
Cell be like the villain of that.
How would he have transformed and everything?
I mean, they could have. I'm saying they would have.
It would have been a fundamental change. But it would have made Cell the only point of. So basically, just make the Android stuff its own thing.
Yeah.
Just like fuck Krillin, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you love Krillin.
So, wait, so she? That was the thing I want to talk about.
She has human parts.
You love
Krillin. They are human. They just have mechanical stuff put in them.
Look at Cyborg.
Oh, okay.
They're cyborgs. They're not. They're not androids.
You think DC Cyborg can't splooge up?
That's why they're stronger than 16, right? Because they're part human.
No, they're weaker than 16.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But they have the chance to improve, where he does not.
What was the redneck one?
Yeah, because when first form Cell comes out, like 17's like, I'm gonna take it, and 16's like, no, I'm stronger. I'm gonna go.
Does say that.
Yeah.
I
But
love
17 and 18 have the chance to improve. And one of their best parts is that you can't sense them.
I love.
That's a big deal.
Oh, speaking of 16, I love his death scene.
16. Oh, yeah.
No.
His death
thing
scene
that makes
was,
Gohan go from Saiyan.
It was amazing.
That's the best transformation scene in all of Dragon Ball, probably.
You know the one that makes no sense to me? Why does Vegeta go Super Saiyan? Like, what triggered it? Like, he gave up, and then he goes Super Saiyan.
That's what happened. He gave up.
So why did that trigger it?
They wanted to say it was anger, but it was something like they later on they sort of tried to make it seem like it was experiencing an emotion. Well, you know what I mean?
No.
Like they experiencing an emotion that you haven't really felt, and like Vegeta giving up was.
He's never really just given up.
I mean that's actually not true.
Right.
Because he gives up against Frieza.
But I'm saying like
fuck this.
Yeah. Well, he starts crying. He's just like, "Oh, I'm going to die. I couldn't do it."
That's the thing about Vegeta too. He's such a cocky ass.
But that's what they were trying to like. Yeah. Him giving up is what allowed him to.
You're saying he's cocky. The best fucking line he ever says is the android line when he first meets them. Like when he meets 21 and is it 20 or 21 or 21 and 22?
19 and 20.
19 and 20. Where he's like, tell me, like as a machine, like you experience fear.
Oh, and the Big Bang attack is amazing. Like that's
I like Galagun better.
My favorite's the Final Flash, but
what if Aaron's like, Dragon Ball Z Kai exists?
What are you doing for?
Huh?
Why were you doing
Because the Final Flash.
Final Flash is good.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought you were doing the final explosion.
No. That is the best though. He kills himself.
For no reason.
To no avail.
Still an emotional scene.
I mean, it is until you realize you did for nothing.
Then you see his like statue, and then you tell like he just crumbles, and then Boo just fucking comes out of the air and is like, "Oh my fuck!"
But what if Aaron?
Piccolo's like, "Oh no!"
Because Kai exists, but if Kai didn't exist, and it's just like, what would you change? And Aaron's like, I would make fucking that Frieza fight a lot shorter. Fuck that.
What would you change? Oh, you said what you changed. Did everyone say what they would change?
I didn't say what I would change. But that's
he's like Vegeta would have done the final fucking explosion for something. That's what he would change. Then they'd erect a statue.
It's honestly really hard. I think I would change Chi-Chi
I was just about to say that's what he would change.
Yeah, like, because that really pisses me
He's
off.
like, I think she's so fun.
She's literally a hindrance through, like...
Oh, all of it.
Yeah. Like...
She's not too fond of Goku.
No, like, once she had the kid, like, once she had Gohan, it's like she just gave up on Goku. Like, she just doesn't care about him. It's like...
She just wanted that baby.
Until the Boo Saga. And then in the Boo Saga, she cares about him again.
She's gonna be like, I got an
She wants to
alien
get
son.
dicked down by him real quick, and then he goes back.
I love Ox King a lot as a character. He doesn't do a lot after Dragon Ball, but
He barely does much in Dragon Ball.
I mean, that's fair. I just really like the Ox King. Like, I like that whole thing.
I'm gonna Google ugly DBZ characters and see how many Aaron likes, because it's gonna be all of them.
Just tell us the first result.
Ugly DBZ characters. Images. First result is this.
Who is?
Oh, that's one of the Gods of Destruction. From,
Oh my god, is it really?
Yeah.
He's
Here's
from
like,
one of
I
the
love
universes
him.
that didn't participate.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Little
We're not
frog
talking about
dude.
it.
He's
not
like
talking
a
about
frog.
Shut up, we're not
fish
talking about
man.
that. We're not talking about
He's
it!
letting the audience know which character we're talking
Yeah,
about.
he's just watching out.
Because
for
we're not
people.
going to be talking about him when we talk about Super. I
No,
don't
that is
imagine.
very true.
This is a good one.
Oh my god.
Well, it looks like we're getting
Chad
sidetracked
Goku.
here. Does anyone have any like closing questions or statements or anything they'd like to talk about?
Yeah, Dragon's Ball P was
Well,
the best
I was
art.
going to bring up something, and this will be a little bit of a tangent, but like the dub, talking about just the dub in general.
Mm-hmm.
Because if
versus-
you like on those orange bricks that you can buy
I
at
was gonna say
Walmart.
which dub? There's like 5.
Well, this is the first Funimation, like this is the Funimation dub.
Okay.
Yeah, that dub is kind of bad. Like you can tell when you watch Dragon Ball through the blue boxes and the orange boxes, they're all supposed to be the same quality. If you watch the Saiyan saga, you can tell they went back and redubbed the Saiyan saga because you go from that to fucking the Frieza saga. Goku sounds awful. King Kai sounds terrible. Sean Schemmel does a terrible job in those little spots.
Didn't they change Mr. Purple Blue in that?
No, that's Kai. And that's what I was going to bring up was Kai after that. Like,
Kai is really good.
It is.
yes, Kai is
It
very,
has
very
Blue
good.
Mr. Popo!
I think Kai.
You
and I
ruined
know
your
that-
favorite character, Eric.
I know that this is a bit of a hot take for some fans, but I think Kai is the best way to watch it.
Oh yeah, that's the only way I
I
go back
agree.
and watch it. Ain't a chance in hell I'm gonna watch 47 episodes of
Right.
Frieza.
Right?
Like,
I agree.
Kai was the best.
the
thing that
Goku
happened.
speech
Yeah,
against
it's
Frieza is so much better.
It makes more sense. Like
Yeah.
Goku going on that long tangent.
Goku
about,
is not Superman. He's
He
not
is
a good
not.
like he's not a objectively good person. Like he's pure, but he wants to fight people. Like that's
all
what it
the
is.
time.
Right.
Almost a body.
Also, he calls himself Son Goku, and I mean,
Yeah.
that's just lit.
Ugh, you just kill
That is
Even the Vegeta speech is a little bit better
It is.
in the Kai dub.
Well, Kai's just so much better as a whole. Like, I mean,
it is. There's
Like,
not.
Kai was very well done.
There's not.
They,
really
they,
much
they
to
literally
talk
just
about.
take out all the filler.
And that's the thing too.
And I know all those Garlic Jr. Saga people out there.
Ooh-wee.
You
Hey,
know,
I like that movie, but we'll talk about
no,
that.
I'm talking about the saga.
I know.
But yeah, because that's my thing with DBZ is that I think that's one of the neat things about it that makes it so iconic and makes it so well loved is the timing was perfect because our generation, it was one of those animes that really grew up with us. It hit well for Western audiences, and even though now that we're older, we have jobs, we do a lot of things like that, we don't have as much free time. We can appreciate something like Kai, where when we want to rewatch a series we love, it's gotten more condensed and it's got some better writing that's in it. But I think as a kid, we didn't give a shit that it was 47 episodes of fighting. We were just hyped about the next week. As soon as they said next time on Dragon Ball Z, we didn't care if it was going to be filler. We didn't care if it was going to be an extension of the fight. And so it worked when we were young to give us this long, stretched out thing and give us constant entertainment week to week to week from different episodes. And now that we're older, we can still go back and say we love it, but we have something like Kai to condense it and still enjoy it. So I think that's one of the cool things that really works for Dragon Ball Z that's unique about it as opposed to other animes is, we were able to have that, fill that we wanted as a kid, no matter how well the writing was. We weren't thinking about it. Now that we're older, we can criticize it, but still appreciate it. So
I mean, I had to hide and watch it, so,
And I think that Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, especially if you do Kai for Z, I think it's still like any kid nowadays would completely enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. I like how you keep saying you had to hide to watch it. Cody is your older brother, and he hasn't said that once. How did you watch
Please
it?
tell them that our dad did not want me to watch
We
it.
didn't watch it as like as it was coming out, but then around the Boo saga, because we couldn't watch it when the Saiyan saga was going on. Then when the Boo saga came on, we were allowed to watch it, so we just retroactively rewatched it.
There you go. But you're still young though, so you still got that young feel for it.
For sure.
So that's
we
one of the
would
great
get
things about it.
we would get the VHSs at Blockbusters.
How many times did you just come home, just hear Aaron yelling in his room?
A lot.
Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry. He pauses a video of how to transform Super Saiyan and clicks it out. I wasn't doing anything, bro.
Did that last week.
Jesus.
Some things never change. He's like, Jesus, you won't be making fun of me when I achieve it.
Yeah.
And I think we will.
Well, I do want to remind everyone that Goku is technically an airbender.
Oh God, no, we're not. No.
Not talking about evolution.
Fuck, we're not talking about evolution.
But
No.
just your pal.
All right.
Talking about the Dragon's Ball and the Dragon's Ball PP.
I think that's going to
The best
cut
anime.
it off for today, Brandon, so stop talking.
Oh, don't tell me what to do. Well, if that's it, thank you for tuning in to the A2B1 Podcast. I appreciate y'all tuning in for this episode about Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. We will catch you next week on the next episode. So,
Kamehameha!